I've got to say, it is wild to me that she thinks she can... What a fat, ugly, foul-looking freak this guy is, seriously.
Ahrelevant is my friend. Alex is my friend, okay?
Is she crying? Is she ulting right now? Now listen here, boy! Like, do you see how full of she is? Oh, he's back! He's come back! Let's go! Funny how she was so confident saying it the other day when there was no one to challenge her.
Steven, you are literally cyber-stalking and harassing me.
There's another clip I wanted to watch here.
Oh, you didn't say I'm not trying to. You said you...
So, this clip, I think, really exemplifies just how retarded Max has been over this article. So this is him talking to Claw. You know Claw? Claw is that nutter that, like, constantly was alluding to all this stuff he knew about the Twitch aristocracy, but never provided any fucking evidence of any of it. And then there was that weird clip of him, like, shouting at his girlfriend, and it sounded like he was abusing her or something.
Oh, you didn't say I'm not trying to. You said you weren't. You said I'm not insulting you.
I don't remember the conversation. I guess we need a clip. Do we have a playback on this? Do we have...
No.
You need the technology with AI? How good would that be if you had some instant replay?
Even saying I'm not trying to insult you is still not taking accountability, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay. I just wanted to know why... The real question I came in here for, why didn't you include anything I talked to you about? I want to get right into it.
In the Destiny report?
Yeah. You look like a fool. You look like you made yourself look so much worse than you actually were. You could have just thrown me under the bus. I would not have cared. You could have asked me and I would have let you. You could have said, Claw gave me everything.
Crime's on the TV because he was on the Mr. Girl hotline for that night.
And nothing came through because of what happened. You could have been as honest as you wanted to.
I don't think we should...
Oh, I have no... How are you... What are you scared of?
It's not that I'm scared.
Okay.
It's that I'm very careful with how I have these discussions and reveal things, and you're super not. So I don't think we should talk about this.
But I'm very careful about how I talk about things when I mean, I feel like I'm a pretty objective person with my facts.
Claw?
Why is Max entertaining Claw? That's what I don't understand. I remember months ago when we spoke about it, he said that, oh, Claw just sent me a bunch of schizo stuff or something like that. But it seems, based on this interaction, that actually he at least had some level of conversation with him in regards to the article. Oh, Claw is like this schizo guy who used to work for Zerka, alluded to having some nuke against Zerka that never materialized, and it's just a kind of an embarrassment, basically.
I understand your criticism, but I don't want to talk about this.
Okay. It's
Thanks, Debbie saying.
I think that it's
I don't want to talk about this.
Yeah, it's a little.
And he muted him.
I can accept that. It's an attack on your soul.
Yeah, I'm muted.
So I will stop talking about it because I've never seen dread in somebody's face before, like I see right now. So I will stop talking about it.
Great.
And we can move on to nothing.
Okay.
But it was great talking to you.
You too. Except for the soul dread.
And the grifting. But okay.
Jesus.
Welcome to Chud Nation.
Tova, thanks for the gifted. Appreciate it.
I'm at the audience. I muted him for a second because I wasn't sure what he was going to say. Oh, you didn't say I'm not trying to. You said you weren't.
Yo.
Hey, Hoodie, thanks for the sub. Yeah, I've got to be honest with you. I am a bit bemused by that whole interaction. Why is he having like these, so like, what is his relationship with Claw then? What the fuck is going on there? Honestly, that whole side. The other thing, the other reason I wanted to watch this as well is it's like, I don't know when this is from, maybe like a couple of days ago or something, but I thought the point was the article comes out and that's it. But like Max is still talking about the article. Lav is concocting new lies about Destiny when going on these new interviews to talk about it. It's wild. It's crazy. And people are just sort of like I don't, it's fine if you want to speak to anyone, really. I guess I'm bemused as to why someone would want to bring Lav on just to give her the opportunity to just say a bunch of more bullshit. It just doesn't really make sense to me. You know, like, what's the purpose of that? Is it just content? Is it just like, oh, if I get Lav on, I can get some views, so I'll just do it for that reason? Is that it? Maybe it's that. But yeah, it just seems really weird to me.
He has to talk about the article until Nuapo picks the story up, which I'm sure will happen any day now.
Thank you for the bits. I mean, yeah, I mean, I understand the you know, I understand that aspect of the content and stuff. I mean, obviously it's easy views. Our recent Lav video got like 50,000 views or something like that. It was wild. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with my mic. Okay. My mic is fine. It's my voice, not my mic. Are you saying that to wind me up? That's the question. That's the question. I've got voice aids. Anyway, this is the video I wanted to watch. So I'll just let you know now, I've watched the first 10 minutes of this. So the first 10 minutes are pre-watched and the rest I haven't watched. So maybe a couple of clips here and there. But this is a third pre-watched. I'm telling you now, okay? So let's get into it.
Every time she's on a new platform, she peddles out a new lie. The last thing she said, this idea that it was like pictures for airtime.
I think that it's more a personal issue brought into professional that makes it unethical. I don't even necessarily think that...
By the way, I don't know what's wrong with the sound in this video, but there's a weird buzzing thing and I don't know what that is.
The position he's in. Like, I think that Max talks about the power dynamic a lot.
Hey, Dan, how's it going? Picks for airtime is the same deal I have with Steven. Gonna be honest, I'm running out of sexy poses after all these years.
I don't think that the power dynamic is inherently abusive or unethical. I think that the way that Steven has gone about it has been. So I think that I know when someone has crossed the line, but I don't necessarily know what that line is, and I don't know how to avoid it.
So, I can't say because I don't think I've done this for every one of my takes, but for most of them, I typically answer this question that I gave you. He's like, what would it take to convince me otherwise, right? And for most things, it's, you know, it's pretty reasonable stuff. You know, you get your weird, crazy shit like, what would it take for me to convince you that the color red isn't the color red? And it's like, that shit's like, what the fuck, you know?
Oh, you know, okay, so you're talking about things that maybe cannot exist.
No. I'm talking about things that can. So, like, realistically, something...
Okay, I think I actually have an answer.
Okay.
What is that?
I think if Steven came forward after the article and would have said, you know, this has been a lot to read. I'm really considering how my platform has affected my own life and the lives of those around me. That would, at least to me, feel like I think that people with platforms should consider criticism like that. And I think that, at least to me, that would signal...
Why does Destiny have to have that reaction to Max's schizoid fucking rambling article? Like, it's so crazy to me. No, this is the reaction you must have. You know, when the article has been like so widely derided and criticized and called out for like all this shit in it. Do you know what I mean?
That there was a future in which I think one of the worst parts about what Steven does is that he's very immovable with his perception of his reality, which people have said about me, calling the kettle black, right? But I think it takes one to know one. I think that we see our weaknesses in other people. So I think with that, I think his immovableness is what makes this particularly heinous. Because then you can expect it to just keep happening. Whereas if he would have come forward and said, you know what, I'm considering this, I would have been like, okay, at least there's checks and balances where people are holding him accountable, he's holding himself accountable, and he's putting a light to it.
So that's not what I'm looking for when I'm asking the question, because I can guarantee you that if we brought Steven into this room, he would say he does consider his relationship.
It would be prompted. It would be prompted. If Steven unprompted said that, even 2 weeks from now, if he says that.
The other thing that's kind of crazy too is Max has like gone on this insane crusade and dug into every possible aspect of, you know, Destiny's personal life. And then what? Destiny's got to come out at the end and go, well, thanks for doing that because it's brought up a bunch of stuff that I needed to know actually. Like it's just such... It feels like already we've got this like post hoc changing of the narrative around this article, like a month after it came out, you know, a month after it was like so widely derided and criticized for its different problems and different, you know, problems in the methodology, problems in the way it was researched, problems in the way it was presented. And now it's like, well, Destiny should have come out and he should have said, well, actually, no, this article has pointed out some things to me that I need to be aware of and blah, blah, blah. It's like crazy to me. You know, the article was a fucking flop in every possible aspect you could imagine. Anything that was in there, there was like one piece of information that I wasn't aware of that I thought was, you know, which I criticized when I covered the article. But beyond that, it's like, what did it actually bring to the forefront that wasn't already there? Most of it was just transcripts of fucking streams. Most of it was just transcripts of streams that everyone knew about already. And also I saw apparently Max has released another version now that's got like audio clips and stuff in, but you know, it just feels like how long is this going to go on for? You know, talking about this, discussing it, dissecting it, like it's a done deal, surely at this point.
I don't like it means the same to me. If Steven came forward right now, well, this is what I also think that Max agrees with. If Steven, we just don't think it's going to happen. If Steven genuinely, in a way that wasn't jokey or in a way that wasn't his usual like irony, if he genuinely came forward right now and said something like, I'm really going to acknowledge this, how people might have felt in this situation, and how I can move on and possibly avoid things like this, literally, like, there could not be a, like, I just don't know. I would not have a problem with it anymore. I would have somewhat of a problem with it, but there would be no actionable problem. Max would, that's what Max wrote the article for.
No. So this is kind of what I was...
Yeah, exactly right, Skeptical. Well, if Steven just came forward and says that me and Mr. Girl is correct, then we'd be happy with that. We'd take that. If he just accepts that he's wrong and we're right, I'd be totally cool with that. Obviously, you'd be fucking cool with that, wouldn't you?
And I don't mean this in as much... Okay.
If he had simply begged for forgiveness, we would happily give it, yeah.
What's happening here, man? Is this the... Okay, all right. This is the whole bit. Okay.
This is but
so
okay, I've already watched this bit, so I'm going to pre-react to it. Okay, I've got to say thank you very much for the bit.
Your new mic.
I've got to say it is fucking wild to me that she thinks she can go round and talk all this shit on Destiny constantly, all the time, keep talking about all this shit, right? And she gets so upset with the idea that he's going to be present. It's such fucking bullshit. And she's there going, oh, I'm not comfortable with this. Just the other day, she fucking friend requested him and was talking to him in DMs. She's full of shit. She's consistently, endlessly full of shit. She was just fucking in his DMs. And now she wants to sit here and be like, oh no, I'm not comfortable with him being here. Give me a fucking break.
That's going to make...
really what I'm talking about.
Okay, so this is going to make... Okay, so
when you shine the light on me, as someone with a very small platform that has been shown a light on, and you talk about how I'm culpable, and then you let the person with the most platform in, or not when you let, but when you go without criticism, to the person who has the most power within this circle in the platform.
I mean, Lav's platform size is malleable to whatever point she's trying to make in a given moment, right? So at the moment, it benefits her that she's a small platform, but obviously other times she's gone on about what a big fucking platform she's got. She's got how many fucking followers on TikTok. It's completely malleable, depends on what the circumstances require at a given time.
Platform, and he's able to do things like that, and able to not take any of this seriously, and able to move through the world with impunity. It is very frustrating.
So I don't want to get distracted here. So I'll start with the original point that I was making. You cannot have your point be the consideration of Steven's ethics with his orbiters be the argument against him, because all he has to say is, I've considered it and I made a decision. Like, if I told you, like, if I became the avatar of Steven and I said, hey, he's considered it, he just came to the conclusion that he did, are we good now? The answer is obviously no. So it's not about what you said. It's not about him not considering something. Like, oh, if he just read the Mr. Girl article and said, I'm really thinking about it.
Alex, hold on. Steven, I do not feel comfortable with you here. I do not want to talk to you.
Oh, that's okay.
Will you please leave?
Look, this fucking freak, get off my fucking dick. Who is this fucking Emery loser from Mr. Girl's Discord? What a fat, ugly, pedophile-looking freak this guy is, seriously. You're a miserable loser, dude, blah, blah, blah. Who the fuck is this guy? Always fucking atting me. Some fucking Mr. Girl simp or something. I just called him a fat pedophile and we're done with it, okay? Fucking loser. He was friends with Lotax. Oh, I think I've heard about this. Wasn't he like begging Destiny for help over the Lotax stuff and then Lotax fucking himself? Was that it? Something like that? You noticed the Shaylin profile picture, true.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, all right. So we can
Oh wait, how does my new mic sound? Does that sound okay?
What?
Does my new mic sound okay, or is it fucked right now?
It's a little quiet, but
Okay, don't mind me, I'll just be here.
Are you gonna say anything? Because I do want to have this conversation.
Okay, if you're gonna let her just ramble, every single thing she says is false. Can you just like say something about that?
Yeah,
true.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Somebody marches through unimpeded with no criticism. I've taken more criticism collectively than every single person involved in this has in their entire lives. So it's just really weird to listen to like an over-entitled pretty girl like talk about how this guy's never been criticized before, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh my God, it actually drives me so crazy. Holy shit.
Steven, I think if you are threatened...
Okay. I think this is true. This is... And I've seen it like recently. I was talking about this the other day. I was like, why is Lav just coming on and saying a bunch of shit and no one's really like saying anything about it? They're just like, yeah.
Threatening a lawsuit against me, you should not talk to me anymore.
Why?
I don't think that this looks good for a case that you want to have. I have told this is cyber stuff. I have asked you multiple times to stop following me, and you cannot.
Okay, well, you can find my address. You can shoot me a cease and desist. Maybe they'll cross paths in the USPS place.
What was the apparently Tom said some shit about me. I don't really care that much. I didn't call him a retard at the end of the day, but
to Chud Nation.
What was his conversation like with Lav? Because he was saying how he challenged her and stuff, but I haven't seen it.
I don't want to do that. I want you to leave me alone. I've asked you to leave me alone.
And I want you to leave me alone. Stop invading all of my spaces and talking about me every single fucking day. You are an actual stalker. You realize that?
Steven, you literally came here to fault, like...
Because you're talking about me again. Ahrelevant is my friend. Alex is my friend, okay?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll be honest with you, right? It is kind of wild that, like, her whole presence for the past however many fucking weeks has just been going on whatever stream she can, to the point now where she's just making up new shit about her relationship with Steven.
Not your friend. He's mine. I claimed him.
Steven, this is pathetic.
I agree. It is pathetic that you're still talking about me like 6 months later. I I don't know how to make it stop.
Maybe you should stop talking. Maybe you shouldn't threaten legal action if you want me to stop talking about you. Maybe we should. Sorry, Stephen. I'm gonna talk about the situation that we've been involved in for 6 months.
I encourage you to do so, but I'm gonna sit here and try to impede you as you do it. It's really weird having somebody.
Wow, guys, this is a crazy YouTube video that
abusing me for months
is being watched here.
All the platforms.
You're saying I'm abusing you?
You had abused me, not anymore. Don't worry, I broke free. Okay, but have you come on and talk to me constantly? You're still doing it right now. You're still doing it. There must be other things going on in your life. I imagine there's got to be something more than me. I know I have this effect.
Is she crying? Is she ulting right now? What was going on?
They're women, but holy shit, there must be something else to your life to talk about.
God, Steven, this is pathetic. I feel bad for you.
I know it is. I feel bad for you too. I wish there was a way to let you move on.
Steven, you're saying that I have stuff going on?
Like gives you power over me? Is this like a magical spell?
You're saying that I have shit going on? You are someone who has, like, you could do anything else with your time right now. You have the power to completely ignore me if you wanted to.
I can't.
That is fucking... Hey, I'm going to go on streams and make up new claims about you. And if you don't like it, you can just ignore it.
Nation.
What? What the fuck? Just ignore it as I go on and claim brand new fucking lies about you. Just ignore it. What's your problem?
Can't, because you're invading every single tangential space we have, and it's not an accident. There's anybody on the internet you could talk to, and here you
could exist without all of this.
And so could you. Why? What do you mean? This is my career. Why the fuck would I just give it all up?
I was having a talk with Alex that didn't involve you for fucking hours, and we got here.
And now you're talking about me. I am allowed to talk
about my experience, and I'm allowed to.
Cool. Then I'm allowed to be in this room.
I'm sorry that no, that's not it. It is not one of your rights to be privy. No, you are abusing the power that you know that you have. You know that he won't kick you.
Alex is irrelevant. She's using Alex Relly's name.
I'm first of all, he probably would if I got annoying enough. I know that you think I've controlled these people, like Max controls people, but that's not the way this works, okay?
I feel like we are at a point where this is probably going to need to either migrate to a separate streaming service or something. So
I have nothing to say.
Relly was like shitting on Lav just a few months ago, and now he's like all kind of pally with it. I don't know, it's really weird. It's like she's got this weird thing where she goes on and people were just like, oh yeah, okay. Or what, you had a nudes for airtime deal? Yeah, that sounds fine. Like, what the fuck is going on? I'm so confused.
Stephen, I would like to continue the conversation with you, Alex.
Okay.
About me?
Yes.
Stephen, do you not want us to talk about you?
The fact that this bitch, like, sexually abused me for months and months, leaking my details and everything, and continues to do so, and then it's like walking around here as a victim is like the most disgusting shit in the world. And like every time she's on a new platform, she peddles out a new lie. The last thing she said, this idea that it was like pictures for airtime, it's like a new lie every time. She can't get enough attention.
Oh, they got the DMs in as well, which like are the complete opposite of the claim that she's making. Like literally the fucking opposite. Oh, hey, just because you've been on stream more and whatnot, I know we've had some kind of sexual conversations in the past, but you've been on my stream or the way I interact with you never had anything to do with that kind of stuff, just being clear on that. Oh, so you don't want to fuck me? Shut the fuck, obviously, duh. But I'm just saying, oh God, fucking hell. But I'm just saying, don't feel like any of our interactions are contingent on anything like that. Thanks for saying that. I feel like I have to keep my distance because there's like crack in your dick, to be honest. There are too many women who fall in your wake. What if I'm not strong enough? I mean, obviously, that is a painful read. Obviously, that is a painful read. Let's put it that way. But what it does show is, like, it's just so funny the way she frames it now. And then you look back and you read it and you're like, yeah, this is, like, totally different to how you present it. Like, 180 from how you present it. You're fine doing whatever. I just don't want you to feel like I'm keeping you around for anything like that. Okay, damn. I really do appreciate that. I think our friendship has happened like really naturally and I think it's beautiful. I think during the Tom convo on her own stream, she was saying he was just sending those to cover for the actual deal. Have you ever got a link to that? She's just so full of shit. It's unreal. And, you know, I've obviously experienced it firsthand, but yeah, this is what she does. She goes and she lies, she makes stuff up, misrepresents, does stuff and then lies about it after. It's just constant with her, constant and endless. And yet for some reason now, like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like people are kind of bringing her on and acting like she's just like a normal guest that you speak to about stuff. It just is so weird to me. Like, you know, I think if you do have her on, you probably got to have quite a narrow focus. Otherwise, you just end up having to deal with the fallout of her saying some new lie about Destiny or something.
It's just so fucking tiring. I don't know how to make them like stop talking about me. I thought after the 150,000 word article they'd get bored, but holy shit.
Okay. So are you?
Because notice she like the complete lack of response now. This is why she doesn't want Destiny there, by the way. It's not because she's like nervous or anxious or something like that. If she was that fucking anxious about Destiny, she never would have reached out to him and spoken to him again and made overtly sexual comments towards him, right? She never would have fucking done that if she was that bothered by Destiny. She doesn't want Destiny on because she doesn't want to get called out for her shit. That's why she wants to be able to come on to these shows totally fucking unimpeded.
Fine with us talking about you?
Wait, was that to me or to her?
Yeah, that's to you.
I mean, you can talk about whatever you want. I mean, I don't control you.
Well, no.
Years are long past us.
I would respect any opinion that somebody has about not being present inside of a conversation about their ethics. I shut down a conversation that
I have. Sorry, go ahead.
I shut down a conversation about Brianna Wu that was coming up because I felt if we were going to talk about Brianna Wu, I would either need to have significantly more knowledge of the situation or she would need to be present.
Yeah, if somebody wants to like spread false claims about me and lie about me and talk about me, especially somebody who has a history of making false allegations against multiple people that she's tried to have sexual interactions with and failed, then I would prefer to be present for that. That would be nice. That would be my preference. I mean, again, despite what these people seem to think, I obviously don't control any of you guys or control your content. But yeah, if she's going to sit here and talk about her like fantastic delusional reality that she lived with me on some crazy LSD trip, I would prefer to be present for it.
Okay. So then,
or just don't have her fucking just rambling about me. I don't want to like hold your content hostage.
Okay. So then I think it'd probably be best that we stop talking about the brother Steve.
Okay. I love you, buddy. That was to Alex.
Okay.
Oh my God, look at her face. She does not like being challenged like that, does she? Look at her face. Absolutely devastated. Jesus.
So, the bones of what I was talking about, we don't have to talk specifically about him, but the bones of what I was talking about, and
she's so mad.
I've had this discussion before, is somebody considering something isn't like... That's not anything. So, like, let's say, for instance, you're mad at me about my conduct with, let's say I have with Darius, like, right? You're upset about our content, right? And I told you, I've considered your opinion. You don't just wave. It's not how it works. It's not like, oh, you said you considered it, or I.
Steve putting the leash on one of his dogs. I liken it more to the 1800s. 1800s, you know, American South. Now listen here, boy.
Welcome to Chud Nation.
I genuinely believe that you considered it, so we're good. What you're appealing to is that there needs to be a change.
Thank you for the subs.
Right. So I guess we can't talk about the previous situation, but it's that.
Do you think, I want to ask
you
a
question.
question.
I'll turn it down. I'll turn it down.
Do you think that, do you really believe that to talk about someone being unethical, they need to be present?
No, absolutely not.
So why are you doing that? Why are you doing that for Steven?
Why were you not concerned when I did that for Brianna Wu?
Oh my God.
I was concerned, but I think...
What's Darius doing in the background? I mean, it's like, the problem is that it's not just like a conversation about being unethical. It's the fact that she just constantly comes on and just says a bunch of shit. Like, who the fuck knows what she's going to say next?
Okay, so for me, it's the same exact answer that I just gave him about, and the same one that I gave about Brianna Wu. It's about, in my opinion, I don't have enough information on the topic. I think I have sufficient information to talk about this specific situation with Destiny, but
yeah. I think that's also what I think that with the Brianna Wu thing, I sort of internalized that you just didn't know enough about it, or that you didn't have enough to speak on it.
Yeah,
with this, and that's why I was like, okay, then we won't talk about it, because we didn't want to have a conversation in which you had to trust me to give you the information, right? With this, you don't have to. With this, you know what you see.
Some details I would have to trust you.
I don't think that that's true. I think that I can substantiate everything that I've said.
If you
substantiate the claim that Destiny had a nudes for airtime deal with you. There we go. Easy peasy.
You have an opportunity to substantiate your claims. I would feel it only fair for Steven to have an opportunity to substantiate his claims.
And he can do that, but why does it have to be while I'm here?
Well, it would be primarily because it's to avoid you laying out claims that might be, let me give you an example. Let's say I was trying to...
They need to be contested in time, in real time.
They essentially need to be. Because if I'm laying out claims about you, let's say I believe that you're a multi-time... Go ahead.
Sure, but this is all also opinion-based, so I'm not going to come on here and say that, like when what we were just talking about were the ethics of something.
Yeah.
I don't need to... we're not working off of, like, I wasn't even working off of allegations. We were talking about at that moment, we were talking about what would need to change for me to change my mind, my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So this is completely my reality. This is my world, and it was explicitly so.
Okay. He's doing the thing where it's like, oh, well, it's just my reality. It's just my conception of reality. Like, this is such a fucking cop-out bullshit thing. Oh, it's just my reality of what's going on. Yeah, but if your reality involves making specific claims about another person, then you're making claims about another person. You can't just go, oh, it's my fucking reality.
It is your mind and it is your reality, but you're making statements about that reality. So an example might be, what would it take to convince me that Darius is actually black? Like, for instance, I would need to see real proof of an African-American parent, and I don't believe that it exists. However, a 23andMe could, wipe that away. Now, jokes aside, there is evidence that he has, a picture of his father and things like this, right? But because I'm allowed to just say that it doesn't exist,
what is Darius doing?
There is nobody in real time to check me because for some reason he's cucked and muted IRL for some reason, I am able to say what I want. So you might say some things that are matter of fact.
She's given the game away completely. She wants to be able to come on and say whatever the fuck she wants to say about Destiny, totally unimpeded. And she's got lucky with a couple of people that she's been able to do that without any sort of disagreement or something. But now Destiny is getting kind of sick of it, and he's like, hang on a minute. And he's coming to this call. She's fucking upset about it because she wants to be able to just say what she wants to say, unimpeded, and twist the narrative to her own story, as she always fucking does.
And I might not have enough information.
When someone speaks positively about him, does he need to be there?
Yeah, potentially, absolutely.
I think that's dishonest.
Really?
The thing is, I don't even think it has to be, the Destiny has to be that one way there. But if you're going to, my problem is, she has gone on multiple streams now and made new false claims about Destiny, right? Now, admittedly, as far as I know, she hasn't made the specific claim here, but she's done it on like the last few streams she's been on. So it's totally reasonable that Destiny's like, hang on a minute, she's going and twisting the narrative on all these different streams and wants to be present to push back against it, because so far, seemingly, people aren't really interested in doing that. That's totally fucking reasonable. I think some of these conversations have even happened where I don't even know if Destiny's been available or been around because he's been away doing his Milo stuff and things like that. So yeah, but yeah, she's really giving the game away here that she just wants to be able to come on, say whatever the fuck she wants and not have any sort of pushback against it or anything.
If somebody is making up certain accomplishments that Destiny did and there's trying to like play them up and shit like that, yeah, I would potentially want him there to clear the record. No, I didn't do this. Yes, I did do that. No, I didn't do this. I think it's more important for the negative things because the negative things are what's career damaging. The positive things, I believe, are just more about setting the record straight. So, like, for instance, I wouldn't want somebody bragging about me in telling falsities or mistruths or whatever, especially if they have a history of doing so, without me present. I wouldn't want that.
This is the greatest Riz I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Were you waiting that entire time for me to stop talking?
Dude, this is so fucking sick. You're literally replacing Mr. Girl right now, dude. You're gonna talk to him nicely, and then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna fucking like adopt her. And then
how much has he been smoking? A little bit too much.
Replace her, dude. This is so fucking crazy, dude. Fucking so hype, bro.
That was your contribution, huh?
That was pretty, that was very good. That was pretty good. From Darius.
Yeah, the consideration of a problem isn't the problem. So when I asked about that, you would need...
Do you want to talk about this?
No. So I'm stating that you would need something else, and it feels like we were in agreement, and then we'll just leave it there. Yeah, we can be good on that? Or no?
Yeah. I think, ultimately, what I will say, Jerry's final thoughts, it is,
apparently the dog shit everywhere.
Oh no. Did you not let it out?
We left for 1 second.
They went outside, I think, for a second, and then the dog shit everywhere.
Oh no.
Gosh dang.
Well, that's a symbol of the way that the past 30 minutes have gone.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is a bit of a symbol. But I would strongly say to you that...
Is that a 10K dog?
Two main things. I think I've already said one of them multiple times. I highly recommend that you stop talking about politics until you have your retaliatory thing under control. Because I think it's really important.
Would you say the same thing to Steven?
Do you think he has one? Like the same retaliatory thing? Like he has...
I think it's worse.
You think his is worse?
Much, yeah.
Okay, if you showed me like sufficient evidence to prove that, I would absolutely say that, yeah.
You okay? Yeah. No.
But the thing is, you're in front of me and you agree it exists. Right?
I think Steven should still be able to talk about politics.
Fuck no. If Steven was like compulsively making false statements, he recognized it.
Wait. Retaliatory and false statements are not the same thing.
Wait, I thought you said unjustified.
I've been mean. I'm saying I've been mean. I've been a bully. I'm not saying I've made false statements. I've made no false...
Okay. Like, do you see how full of shit she is? She's saying I've made no false statements. After what? A couple of days ago saying on stream that her and Steven had a news for airtime deal. She's not stupid. She is stupid, but she's like playing intentionally dumb here for sure.
False statements.
Oh. I had a misunderstanding. That's my bad.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, no.
Oh, okay. So your retaliatory statements are just mean.
Yes. I have a propensity to get personal.
Yeah, you've completely destroyed my ability to like knock this out of the park, proverbially, by cucking me about the H situation.
No, holy shit! If I was just compulsively and pathologically lying,
Oh, he's back! He's come back! Let's go! Let's go, based. Oh, so based. He's back. I didn't realize he came back a second time.
Wait, hold on. I'm just curious. So when you said there was like this implicit agreement to trade pictures for airtime, you're standing by that statement? Remember, this is on the record, okay? This might be really important, so think about this answer.
Oh, Jesus, there's a fucking moth in here, man! Dude! Jesus Christ.
Can I get a yes or no confirmation there? Did we ever have an implicit agreement to trade pictures for airtime on stream?
Is she crying?
Give me a second.
What is this giving me a second shit? Like, answer the fucking question. What?
Let the record reflect that she seems uneasy answering this question, despite how confident she was like 2 or 3 days ago talking to somebody else. That's interesting.
So this compartmentalized sexual relationship in which it was like payment for stream time. But then we were also friends, and then...
Like, this statement is just, it's a lie. It's wrong. She knows it's wrong. I think I said this once. I think I'll say it again.
Now I'm going to read something for you. How do you find something? How do you text? How do you... What is it? It's like control...
What is it? What? Wait a second. What the fuck is this? There's like this massive piece of drama happening on their stream. And they're like, what, trying to catch them off? What is actually going on? What the fuck?
Here it is. Lav asked, are you going to stream with me and give me clout? Destiny replied, LMAO. If we've got something to talk about, sure thing, bucko. Lav and Destiny talked about OnlyFans on stream. Afterwards, she DM'd him, I really like talking with you. Destiny.
Wait, what? What is she trying to frame this as? What is going on?
Lav asked, are you going to stream with me and give me clout? Destiny replied, LMAO.
Oh, this is from the article. Is this from the article?
If we've got something to talk about, sure thing, bucko. Lav and Destiny talked about OnlyFans on stream.
Wait, the framing of that is insane.
Afterward, here it is. Lav asked, are you going to stream with me and give me clout? Destiny replied, LMAO. If we've got something to talk about, sure thing, bucko. Lav and Destiny talked about OnlyFans on stream. Afterwards, she DM'd him, I really like talking with you. Destiny, thanks. Now I'll feel less bad bugging you for feet pics. Lav, ha ha ha. Pleasure doing business. Destiny, based. Welcome to the Orbiter Club.
Oh my god. They're trying to frame, she's trying to frame that interaction as a nudes for airtime deal. That is fucking unreal. That is fucking unreal. She's fucking retarded. Or maybe Max has convinced her that that's what that is.
Do you think that this conversation overrides the more serious one where I explicitly told you, hey, just so you know.
I answered your question.
Okay.
And I'm not going to litigate with you.
Okay, so you're going to go with that one. That's cool. So you do believe there was an implicit agreement then, correct?
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Okay, sounds like the answer to that is yes. I'm just going to sit here then and hang out. Make sure that we've got more logs for anything else that comes up, okay?
Oh my god. Funny how she was so confident saying it the other day when there was no one to challenge her, but now she's being super fucking cautious about it because of the person that's involved that she's talking to.
Steven, you are literally cyberstalking and harassing me.
I think technically what you're doing counts as cyberstalking and harassment. Like when you get a restraining
No.
order, you can get a restraining order to prevent people from talking about you as well. If you've ever
Then
had
do
one
it.
before, you would know that.
Then do it. If there's a case, do it, Stephen.
Okay, well, I got a meeting in 9 hours, okay? But if I can collect more evidence right
Great.
now, we can sit here and chat.
I understand. No, listen, look. I know there's been some discourse about this, right? Okay? I think Destiny is acting totally fucking reasonably. Lav has gone on repeatedly to keep fucking talking about him and saying crazy shit. And the thing is, it's not even just talking about him, right? It's endlessly and constantly relitigating the fucking thing that they had, the article, and then coming up with new claims about him. Yeah, if I was Destiny, I'd be pissed off as well. I'd be like, what the fuck? I'd want to go and fucking challenge the person if it was this level of fucking seeming, I don't know what you call it, but just endlessly and constantly going on streams, talking about it, coming up with new shit about him. It's wild. And yeah, if it was just her opinion, I might agree if she was just going on. If she was going on and saying, yeah, Destiny's an asshole, right? If it was like, Destiny's an asshole, yeah, it would be unreasonable for Destiny to be really het up about that and to get onto stream and go, well, you're calling me an asshole. What's that about? Like, who fucking cares about that? But it's the fact that she's going on and not just saying he's an asshole, he's a dickhead, or saying some opinion thing. She's making like specific factual claims about him. It's not just an interpretation. If you go on and you say, we had a deal of like, you know, pictures for airtime, that's like a specific claim that you're making, which, you know, is supporting the idea that he's like Harvey Weinstein or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a crazy thing to say. So yes, totally reasonable that he wants to come and fucking challenge us, in my opinion.
Stephen, you are the most pathetic loser I've ever met in my life, and I feel bad for you.
Really?
Yes.
I feel like that award would go to Connor, but...
What the actual fuck?
Welcome to Chud Nation.
Thank you for the sub. And then she left. And then she left. Did she come back? She fucking left. Oh my God. Blown the fuck out. In fucking shambles. In shambles. She can't take it. She can dish it out, but she can't take it.
Wait, what happened?
Hi. I actually want to read something.
Does it have to do with Steven?
Yeah.
Yeah.
my internet
And then he came back. He comes back when she comes back. What's going on?
So.
Yeah, you're back. You brought up Connor?
I just feel like there's no worse position in the world than being married to you, so, you know.
Oh! Brutal.
Right.
Here comes the ult. Here comes the ult. Let's go. They're back to the moth.
What's the internal thought process like when the tears and the first name calling don't work for you? Does like, the anxiety rise, or...?
Stephen, I think you're disgusting.
Okay.
I think you're pathetic. And I think that the only thing you have is your audience. And you know that. And it's why you act this way.
Yo, my boy, what up?
Now she's gonna get.
Oh, dude, there's this fucking moth situation, man. Don't know what the fuck you're doing, bro, but this moth is going crazy. It's fucking owning the shit out of Irrelevant. It's been owning shit out of me. Like, fuck me. Look at Irrelevant. Did you get it?
I got it.
Oh, let's get it. Look at that shit. Motherfucker. Get fucked, pussy. Get fucked. Get Beefy Boy up there. Get Beefy Boy up there. Let him feel like he killed it. Let's fucking go. Beefy Boy. Yes. Yes. Yes, dude. You did it. Beefy Boy.
Dude, what is... Listen, I've got to be honest with you. As funny as the moth stuff is, I'm more interested in other things, okay?
That's disgusting. Oh, God, that's so gross.
Did he get it?
Oh, no.
Okay, don't fucking throw a Alinity, bro.
That's so fucking disgusting.
Beefy Boy, congrats. You got him, bro. Did he get him?
Yeah, he got it.
Let's fucking go, Beef.
Beef, you already got it. Chill. Alright, whatever, dude. We already got it. Let's fucking go, man. Hey, I don't know what happened to you, Steven, and whatever the fuck was going on there, but I at least got a fucking W tonight, brother. What did you do?
I've just been chill.
Are you chill for real?
Can you do me one salad, one for real?
One salad and go?
One salad, one for real.
Okay, what?
Okay, I don't even care if Lav is finding her way back into other friend groups or whatever. It's whatever. But for the love of God, please do not let her just fucking ramble about me.
Oh, dude, tell this nigga, dude. I was, hey.
No, I'm just saying in general. Like, if she's just gonna start talking about me or talking about her, she doesn't think. I'm just saying about my feelings about it. But her feelings are always including like false statements. I like the chance to defend myself. Okay, because it's just really fucking annoying. She just continues to run around to every fucking platform lying about me like the disgusting fucking piece of shit she is. Okay, that's just my request.
Okay.
Okay, I love you guys.
Yep. Have a good one.
Yeah, dude, fucking Ahrelevant's a fucking dipshit for that, huh? No, you're not, bro. You're not actually. No, you're not. You're good. I think that. Wait, what happened though?
I think he felt like I left. I like gave her too much platform to just like work with.
Did you? Do you agree?
I don't think so. I think genuinely, I was a little bit away from getting her to agree with the idea that the statements that she was making about him were, at the very least, not reasonable on the grounds of her not having
we need to go eat fucking sushi.
A means of changing her opinion.
Lav is like she's not a good faith person at all. When she's got an opportunity to lie and be dishonest and get away with it, she'll take it. And it just strikes me, it feels like she's just doing this kind of PR thing where she's desperately trying to repair her shattered reputation. Obviously, there's tweets where she's like trying to get in with the gender critical people and is like, oh, I got into a misogynistic debate bro community, guys. Get me out of here. Reach out to me. And then she's back speaking to fucking Relly again. Like, she's clearly just desperately seeking whatever attention and validation she can get from any possible angle. And it seems like for some reason, there's people that are at least somewhat willing to give her that from within the debate bro space or whatever you want to call it, you know? But yeah, it's like a weird like PR thing she's doing. But yeah. Which is really weird because I thought this was like the source of all of her pain and anguish. Because people want to watch Lav videos. I mean, it's fine to do Lav content. Like, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with like doing, like if you want to have Lav on, have Lav on. But the weird thing is to have her on and just allow her to just say whatever the fuck she wants and not in any way meaningfully disagree or push back against it. It just seems like a pointless exercise to me. Yeah.
She will never agree? I don't think she will. No. I was literally a moment away from, or I felt as though I was a moment away from communicating to her about the how she doesn't really have a exit strategy for Steven to be redeemed. Because I think it's very important whenever you're making a claim about somebody, whenever you're making a claim about something, that you have the answer in your mind as to whether, like, what would it take to convince you that you're wrong? And her thing that she used was insufficient.
Oh, Mason blamed his rest on the audience. I mean, yeah, sure. I just covered this because I thought it was, good content to talk about, but there'll be sexting 2 months from now, maybe. It's not just the other thing as well. I didn't want to make a massive deal out of this because, it's only a tangential thing in this whole drama. But she also will downplay things that she's done as well. Like when she was speaking to Relly, She was like, oh, I went into Chud's chat and called him a loser. And it's like, you didn't just call me a loser. You were like trying to have a poke at me over my kids. You were saying like, where's your kids? Like, you know, and it's like, she does this thing where she'll like cop to some small element of what she did, but it completely disregards the broader thing that she was doing, which is most people would see as like much worse, you know?